Now this is the Tropica. We are here today in Tampines. We have a top floor 3-bedroom unit with 1,238 square feet of internal space. $200,000 worth of renovations has been pumped into it, priced under $1.5 million. This is not going to be something you want to miss. Come check it out, guys. Let's go. Welcome into the unit. Before I share with you some facts about the property and show you around the place, let me just show you the view from the living room. So the Tropica TOP in 2001. It is a 99-year leasehold with very healthy balanced lease of 74 years left. There are a total of 537 units, 62 bedroom types, 343 3-bedroom types, and lastly you have 134 4-bedroom types which range from about 1,004 square feet to about 1,900 square feet. So this type of unit mix is more prominent in developments built in around the 2000s era, whereas in the more recent developments where land cost has actually rose, the more dominant types in newer developments are usually the 1 to 2-bedders, which is why older developments is still quite popular because they simply offer larger size units that you cannot find in newer developments these days. So now let me show you around the place. Let's start at the corridor. Coming to your corridor, your gate and your door has been installed with a digital lock. So here you have your shoe cabinet area, which the owners actually use as like sort of their prep area before they leave the house. Very good amount of storage area, but of course this is movable. 2 mirror zones, one for checking yourself out before you leave and the other just checking out your dressing. So now let me share with you a little bit about the floor plan and what the owners have done to the unit. So this is a 1,238 square feet 3-bedroom unit. One very unique feature of this 3-bedroom layout is that you have a dedicated helper's room at the yard area. The owners also did a gut reno to the place to combine one of the common rooms and the master bedroom to create one huge master. Your store instead of a utility room is right in the middle of the unit. It is also right next to your common toilet, which makes retrieving for some of your toiletries and items very convenient. So I think if you don't need a full 3 bedrooms but yet still want to retain the same functionality, then I think this 2-bedroom unit at 1,238 square feet could be a very good fit for you. So now let me show you the living room. The owners have actually done a gut reno of $200,000 worth pumped into this unit. The rewiring and rerouting of the electrical system has already been done for you, which means when you buy over this unit, you'll be getting the same updated hardware as some of the newer developments. One very unique thing that our owners have done, usually we actually see people hack down walls and combine bedrooms, but our owners have actually dug up the ceiling on top, which allow our owners to actually install the big ass fan and the cassette aircon over here. So I think that really adds to the premium feels. So one quick fun fact about the house is that it's actually Google Home powered, which means I can turn on some of the electricals by using voice command only. Hey Google, turn on the living room fan.
Got it. Turning the ceiling fan on.
That is so cool, man. So do bear in mind, if you want to have this kind of system in your own home and you're considering this kind of renovation, the rewiring has to be done from scratch in order to allow you to have all these features available. So the owners prefer a more clean and minimalistic look, so they've actually done up with textured wallpaper in the same time of the entire unit. TV console here for some storage area and for your TV box. One thing you're going to notice about the living room is that you have a great viewing distance from the sofa to the TV. Now let me show you the dining area. The dining area currently sits a 6-seater, but if you want to convert this into an 8-seater, I think it can be easily done. You just need to add 2 chairs by the side. Before I show you the rest of the unit, let me just share with you a little bit about the location of where we are at. The Tropica is located along Tampines Avenue 1 and flanked by Tampines Avenue 10, which are both quite busy roads. So your facing is away from all these busy roads, which is why you get close to 0 road noise from your unit. So I think if you prefer a quieter facing, then this unit could be one of your top choices. For the drivers, you have the highly accessible Bartley Road East, which will lead you to the more central areas. If you prefer taking the major expressways, you have easy access to PIE via Bedok North Road. If you're headed eastwards, then you can access PIE via Tampines Avenue 5, which will lead you towards TPE and Changi Airport. Alternatively, you can access TPE via Tampines Avenue 10, which means you have multiple options and access points to get to where the development is located at. You also have Singapore's largest IKEA, Giant Supermart, as well as Courts Megastore less than 10 minutes drive away. The nearest MRT station is Tampines West, which is just 2 bus stops down. You also have a fully sheltered overhead bridge to help you get to the opposite bus stop of the Tropica. So from Tampines West MRT, you are just 1 stop away from Tampines MRT, which has access to the east-west West line. There you'll also find our Tampines Hub, Tampines Mall, Century Square and all the amenities you need there. 5 stops in the other direction takes you to the business district of the East at MacPherson and Ubi. So I think that's one of the biggest appeal of living in this area because you are in close proximity to all these amenities. Inside the HDB enclave at Block 823 along Tampines Street 81, you have an array of amenities there. For schools within 2 km, you have St. Hilda's Primary, Junyan Primary, Poi Ching Primary, Tampines Primary, Yuneng Primary School, Red Swastika School and Damai Primary School. You also have United World College and Middleton International School. For secondary school options, you have Springfield Secondary, Junyuan Secondary and St. Hilda's Secondary. Lastly, for your child's tertiary education, Temasek Poly is just right next door. You also have Tampines Meridian Junior College available in the neighbouring areas. This essentially means that parents have better motivation to look for a unit within Tropica or maybe around the surrounding developments, which will potentially give you a better exit strategy when you choose to exit and move on to a larger unit next time. Now let me share with you a little bit more about the site plan analysis of the Tropica. So the Tropica has the biggest land size amongst the private developments along this area of Tampines. So there are 7 blocks within the Tropica, all with some sort of views towards Bedok Reservoir. You have several different facings within the development itself. So the unit we're in has one of the more favourable facings available here. So your living room is facing towards southeast where Bedok Reservoir is, and then your yard is facing towards northwest where you have some pocket views of Tampines Quarry, and I think that's great for laundry, which means you'll get dried very quickly. You have this very good distance away from your neighbours in the opposite blocks, so I think that's something that is a bit rarer to find in newer developments. But I think for those who prefer better levels of privacy and being on the top floor with this amazing unblocked view, then this unit could be one of your better choices. So now let me show you my personal favourite part about the house, the kitchen. So normally we would say that everything has been very well maintained, but for this particular unit where everything has been done about 3 odd years ago, it is almost as good as new. Your cabinetries are all soft closing. You have a corner cabinet space which makes use of the angle area over here. More than ample storage area throughout the entire kitchen. You have a 1 slot burner and 2 induction slot here with your hood. And you also have your built-in oven, so I think that caters to every of your cooking need. 2-door fridge, more than enough space for you and your family. Your generously sized sink over here. Quartz top, more than enough counter space for all your meal preparations. And over here you have a movable island. You can actually convert this into a bar counter for yourself if you actually want to. The one and very important factor that your kitchen must have is a 2-way ventilation point so that there's cross ventilation. So your 2 big windows plus your yard ventilation area over here will help you get all the fumes out, especially when you're cooking and having the doors closed over there. Coming into the yard, the original floor plan actually had a WC over here, but the owner actually converted it into more storage space. So your washer is over here. If you want to stack a dryer on top, I think that can be done. You have your white color quartz top here as well. So these are the huge panel windows that I was talking about that will help you have the cross ventilation, especially when you're cooking. So over here, the owners have actually built some cabinetry to conceal the rubbish chute. Next, coming in here is where you'll find your helper's room. So now let me show you the common room and the common bathroom. So the common bathroom has this very contemporary colonial style. Over there you have a huge ventilation window that leads to your yard, so I think any humidity can be easily expelled from here. Your shower fittings are Grohe and your toilet fitting is from American Standard, so very good quality fittings that you're getting. White quartz top with a very unique sink. You have a white-black Hafari tiles which also adds to the theme, and I think the highlight of the entire toilet is the mirror as well as the 2 contemporary style lights which give you that complete feel like as if you're in a hotel. So your store is located right next to your toilet. More than enough space for you to store all your luggages and all your clutter. So now let me show you the common bedroom. So currently the common bedroom is fitted with a queen size bed, so very generously sized room as you can tell. So over here you have your angled bracket for your TV, so you can just swivel it and watch TV while you're lying in bed. The owners have actually created this bay window storage area as well. So it's very good for your child, especially if you have a lot of books that you need to store. And you have some more storage area right down below, so it's a lot of storage space. So from your room you actually can see Tampines Quarry over there. Right in front of us is water view. It is still a very good distance from you and towards the next neighbours. So now let me share with you some of the pricing analysis of this area. So you have Arc at Tampines, which is an EC, 99-year TOP in 2014. 3-bedroom is about 900 square feet to about 1,300 square feet, about 900,000 to 1.45 million. Currently averaging at about 1,100 PSF. Waterview, which is also a 99-year TOP in 2013, about 900 to 1,100 square feet. Asking condo about 920,000 to 1.49 million, and currently averaging at about 1,200 PSF. Next, you have some of the newer developments such as Cube Residences, TOP in 2017, 829 square feet to about 1,100 square feet. Asking condo about 958,000 to 1.35 million dollars. Currently averaging at about 1,200 dollars PSF. Then you have the Santorini, which TOP in 2018, about 900 square feet to 1,100 square feet. Asking condo about 1.19 million to about 1.58 million. Currently averaging at about 1,300 dollars PSF. Then you have the Tapestry, which just TOP in 2021, 900 square feet to 1,100 square feet. Asking condo about 1.49 million to 1.69 million dollars. Currently averaging at about 1,500 dollars PSF. And lastly, you have Park Central Residences, which is an EC as well. TOP in 2024, 972 square feet to about 1,270 square feet. The transacted prices over there were about 1.4 million dollars to 1.55 million dollars, which are averaging about 1,200 dollars PSF. So our unit at the Tropica has one of the more attractive PSF pricing compared to the other developments. Not forgetting that there have been about 200,000 dollars worth of renovation pumped into this unit. So if you value having a large size unit, then our unit in the Tropica hits the PLB Trifecta. A large size unit with 1,238 square feet of space, competitive PSF pricing at about 1,195 dollars. And lastly, you have the highly convenient locale where you have an array of school amenities and easy connectivity. So even in the current market, this unit at the Tropica is well cushioned by some of the other developments in terms of the PSF pricing disparity. What we can expect in the future is that once Park Central Residences meets their minimum occupation period, we would see this being further stretched. So the owners will likely price their units $300 more than the current average of about $1,200 PSF. That will bring their PSF to about $1,500 in order to justify their time investment of about 7 to 8 years from the time of construction plus the 5-year MOP requirement, which would then bring the entire area to a new pricing quantum when they exit, and that will mean for a 1,200 odd square feet unit, they will be at the $1.8 million pricing quantum. So I think that will add to your potential exit strategy in the future when you choose to move to a larger size unit. So the good thing about renovated units is that the renovation cost is already included in your mortgage loan. So versus a non-renovated unit, then it may add to your cash outlay needed when you first buy a unit. So just to give you an idea of the two distinct differences. So for a renovated unit like this one at a purchase price of $1.48 million, your loan to value of about 75%, CPF component about 20%, your minimum cash requirement is 5%, which is about $74,000. Buyer stamp duty 4% minus $15,400, which will equate to about $43,800. Your initial cash outlay would total to be $117,800. So based on the remaining amount, your monthly mortgage at a 30-year loan tenure with 1.5 interest rate is about $3,831. So for a non-renovated unit, which is available for about $1.28 million in the Tropica, so your minimum cash requirement would be about 5% at $64,000. Your buyer stamp duty would be about $35,800. So your initial cash outlay is about $99,800. Your monthly mortgage at a 30-year loan tenure is about $3,313. So your initial cash outlay difference is about $18,000. If you were to consider buying a non-renovated unit and did up some light reno, that would easily cost you about $20,000 to $30,000, which would then be more than your cash outlay difference. And if you want to do up the same type of renovation like this unit at the Tropica, you would need to have the $200,000 cash up front, which would then bring your initial cash outlay to about $300,000. So let's say instead of paying cash up front, you decide to take a reno loan, but do bear in mind that if you want to do your own gut reno like this one, it's going to take up some months of planning, and with the increased costs and the logistical bottlenecks that are happening in the market right now, that will potentially mean that even with your $200,000, you may not get back the same level of renovations as this particular unit. So now let me show you the master bedroom of this unit.
There are things I can't explain. I know it's true, 'cause every day I see your face and love you more than the day before.
Coming to your huge master bedroom, you can fit a king-size bed over here. You have your lounge area over there, and you have more than enough space for 2 bedside tables. So you have the same facing as your living room. So you have your swivel TV mount. Coming in here, this is where the original master was, but has been converted to the study. Custom-built study desk already done for you. So more than enough storage space that's done up by the owners. If you prefer your study area to have the natural air, then there is already a ceiling fan done up for you with the light installed. But you also have the addition of the aircon, which was the original external aircon for the master bedroom. Next, coming in here, you have your walk-in wardrobe. So very good amount of wardrobe space. You even have a dresser table over here. So the last part of the master bedroom is coming in here to the master toilet.
I love you more than I did the day before.
So because of the gut reno, they actually redid the whole layout of the master toilet. So they actually stretched it out and concealed where the original door was. And that allows you to have this huge sink space, which is also custom built with the quartz top. Some storage area over here, and more storage area underneath the counter. So your shower area is actually decked out with Hafari tiles. And of course, because of the gut reno, they actually dug out the pocket spaces for you to put your toiletries. And of course, the most important, ventilation windows, which has a ventilation fan installed as well. So now let me share with you what are the facilities available in the Tropica. So you have basic full condo facilities such as your barbecue pit, your of course a playground, one very huge size swimming pool, you have your tennis court, so if you're interested in this 1,238 square feet unit with a huge master and study room, a common room and a dedicated helper's room with $200,000 worth of reno pumped into it, priced under $1.5 million, and enjoy the unobstructed views every day, then do give our listing managers a call. Their numbers are listed right down below. If you enjoyed our home tour content, then do like and subscribe to our Propertylimbrothers YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. My name is Sebastian, Propertylimbrothers, always happy to show you the place. 我没有like 敲那个，苗一直叫我亲到。
When you age, your chin sags.
So we are at block 63, which has one of the So we're at block 63, which has one of the more considerably